get busy over here.
How did that move? Because this had a better angle on it. Maybe rock forward, maybe?
There we go. That's
There
not
we go.
bad.
Hold on, get the belly in there.
Yes. Oh, baby, give me one more chance.
Yes.
Dude, yeah. All right, man. So, here we are.
We're back.
Yeah. Today's a little bit of a different day. We'll explain to you why later.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a few
There's
things.
a lot going
There's
on.
a few things going on.
Yeah.
But first things first, we got to start with a beer review. So, for Three Crafty Bastards, obviously, we have a seat open right now, and, you know, that seat will get filled soon.
Yeah.
I'm sure. But for me personally, I'm B. Smith, and to my left is...
Let me see who I want to be today.
Oh, dude.
Because I haven't been Mr. Classic in a while. I love Mr. Classic.
Dude, I feel like
but
that
I
name
also
is...
still love Rufus Matterhorn III.
I like Rufus
I love it.
Matterhorn.
I love it.
And as a matter of fact, if you go to YouTube, you can check out our latest beer review. I had the pleasure and the opportunity to bring back a beer from Brewdog, which is up in Canal, Winchester, Ohio. It's a kind of a huge deal, kind of like how we make the big deal about Summit here, but
AKA Columbus, Ohio.
Yes, it is.
That sounds like really something really
yeah
prestigious that Ohio owns, and there's nothing really that prestigious.
Yeah,
in Ohio.
but I mean, it's a pretty cool brewery, and
It
I had
is.
the opportunity to bring some beer back. We had a bloke from the UK sit in with us, which Mr. Classic Matty Horn.
That is not how you spell it. That is not how you spell it. Shame.
No, I gotta go downstairs later. Don't. No. But we had the opportunity to have somebody from the UK sit in with us and do a beer review with us, which was pleasurable to say the least. Because everything is shite.
Yes, it was.
Everything is shite.
I felt like we couldn't serve anything to satisfy that gentleman.
Well, he's a cider guy, oddly enough, because
It's just a bunch of sugar.
the beer over there is primarily all the same, very low alcohol content, and just kind of like your medium to dark lager. Let's say that.
Which I honestly, it's my wheelhouse.
Yeah, but
It's
not
my
his, because he can drink that shite at home.
You don't want to come here. You don't want to drink our shite.
He don't want to drink our shite. So when he comes here, he's like, well, it's twofold. Honestly, let's just be real about it. Having a few beers or having even one beer and driving can be potentially dangerous.
True.
You know, so being as that he's from the UK, he's not really from here. He's here on business. He's a guest in our country, and he would like to make it home, I'm sure. He's playing the cider role to just try to kind of enjoy himself, but play it safe.
That's just too much sugar for me. I could not. I like a cider every now and then. Like when I was on my business trip in South Carolina, gone for the last couple of weeks. They had a peach berry whiskey.
Yeah. Where is that? Why is it not here?
I couldn't make it back. I had too much stuff. Even with my training materials, put my bag overweight. I had to pay an extra. Well, the company had to pay an extra grip in order to.
So you
bring
were
it back.
already overweight. Just stash that in the bag.
Dude, I didn't think about that because I was like, but I cut it with a cider.
So, really?
Smashing.
Okay, so while you're talking about that, because I know I look like I was astounded, like, how dare you, right? But quite honestly, when I was drinking woodchuck, and I was drinking woodchuck like pretty religiously, the thing with woodchuck, and a few different bars, like Smoky Bones used to do this.
Yep.
What they would do is they would take a woodchuck, whether it be classic or Granny Smith, they would add a shot of rum and then a shot of rum and a shot of apple pucker.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was very like appley, very cinnamony.
Yep.
Like the rum gave it like a cinnamon kind of like fall oaken flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the downside to that.
There's a downside to that?
Yeah, there's a downside to that. About two of those, and that's a wrap.
Exactly.
Two of those,
Exactly.
and you can't even say Mr. Matterhorn. You sound like Mike Tyson trying to say Mr. Matterhorn.
Mr. Matterhorn.
Mr. Matterhorn. So it was a good drink for what it was worth,
Yeah.
but needless to say, it got you trashed real quick.
Yeah.
And it was kind of expensive. If you think about it, you're paying $15 for 12 woodchucks.
Ooh.
It was like $14.97. I remember that much. You're paying $15 to $20 for a decent rum, you know, if you're not drinking Admiral Nelson's. And then let's say you pay $10 for the apple pucker.
That's a party that you just listed.
It is a party, and everybody's drinking the same thing because I ain't buying shit else. But it was a good drink to say the least. So for you to say, I'm sorry, I acted offended. No, I wasn't offended.
Okay.
It sounds delicious.
It was.
What makes me feel offended is that you did not bring that whiskey back, knowing how much I enjoy whiskey.
I couldn't. There was no way for me to cram anything else in my bag. Here's the thing. Anyone who knows me, unfortunately, knows that I'm also a shopper.
Yeah.
Dillard's at the mall there in South Carolina, in Greenville, had some kind of sale where it was already 65% off these shirts in Dillard's. But when you get to the register, they take another 50% off.
Huh.
So I'm getting like $80 shirts for like $6.
That's not bad, dude.
Which I'm wearing one of them. So
Nice.
It's a very nice shirt. So I had to fit a few of the shirts in the bag and sacrifice some of the...
So here's how I feel this would work. Shirt, bottle of whiskey, shirt over the top.
Trust me, I tried.
Okay, that's all.
I tried.
That's all that I asked.
You should have saw, like, I couldn't finish everything I had in my room. I had maybe 2 of the ciders left. I had that much of the whiskey left.
Right.
And I got tired of the Yingling.
Ah.
The Yingling, I mean, that was what I got.
Yeah.
They have funny alcohol laws there in Greenville.
Right.
You can purchase alcohol with alcohol content and volume if it's over 14 or 15%. You can only buy it between 9 a.m. and 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday.
Really?
That's it.
But they sold beer on Sunday.
They sold beer on Sunday because it's under that percentage, so they
Right.
did sell it. But I got tired of drinking beer because you go out to beer. If Chris is still watching, yes, Chris is watching. I finally got to go to Twin Peaks.
Really?
That is way better than Hooters.
It's a Hooters style establishment.
It's a Hooters style, kind of like what was that? The Tilted Kilt.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Tilted Kilt, but better.
I don't know what's going on here. I feel like people keep rotating on and on.
It looks like we're hyped, right?
I guess, man.
But the Twin Peaks, the service was great, the view was great, the food was great. So I mean, it's definitely worth going back.
Right.
The Tilted Kilt's food was bad. The girls were nice, I think, that I remember. And Hooters, I'm just not a fan of Hooters.
Maybe it's on like a rotation. Like
know.
it's just showing you everybody that's watching, but it's continuously
I've
rotating.
never seen that.
This
before.
is fucking weird. We've never seen this before. But it's like rotating through the same 4 people, and it's like watching back to the side.
I just had a update on my phone,
so
that could be it.
Okay. Well, anyway,
Neither here nor there.
Yeah. So, without further ado, because you wouldn't let me see this, you wouldn't let me open it.
Yeah.
I mean, let's get this on. Let's get this show on the road.
Here's the thing. The reason why I wouldn't let him see this is because I was afraid he'd be like, oh, yeah, I already had that. And they're like, Brandon, I'm going to try something you've never had.
Right.
But check this out.
Oh, that's dope.
It is dope. It is the dopest
What
thing I've
is
ever
that?
seen in my life. It looks like money.
Dude, can you get that over here, too?
This is from...
Get that for the YouTube. That is dope.
It is the dopest thing I've ever seen in my life. And this is an American Pale Ale.
Okay.
It is from, if I'm correct in remembering, from Michigan City. So I usually buy local.
Well, we had the opportunity to go to a brewery in Michigan City, and we kind of passed because we were trying to get to the beach and so on and so forth.
This is from 14 Buck Chuck. Never heard of it.
I feel like we could go, though.
But we could.
It's like, what, 2 hours?
Michigan City?
Yeah.
It ain't that far.
Yeah, it's like 2 hours. It's 2 hours when normal people drive.
But again, it's American APA, but all the cans look pretty darn amazing. They look like money.
Yeah, so, dude, but it's got that like kind of skullish.
Just want to show you again.
Steampunkish.
Yep, the back of it. Again, I like to buy stuff from Indiana. I believe, if I'm correct, it's from Michigan City.
Secretary of Suds. That's what's up.
Boom. So I'm pretty geeked.
Let me
you can catch
tell you. So it says on the back. It says this beer is money. 14 Buck Chuck is an all citra hopped American pale ale with hefty dry hop, juicy tropical flavors, and a smooth yet pungent aroma. Make this the perfect brew you can throw back all the way to the bank.
He said, "Shut the dog up."
Oh yeah. Hey, that's my asshole dog, man. Send him to your house, man. Let him have a couple farts on your floor.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that
Tilted Kilt and Twin Peaks were owned by the same guy.
Dude, back to the dog thing. I didn't know you could fucking hear that.
Well, Naomi called it.
Yeah, she did. She was like, "You're gonna be able to hear him bark." I'm sorry, man. Dog's an asshole. You'll work with it. Here's what I'm worried about, and I'm gonna wait till I see your reaction. I feel like this is gonna be more IPA than APA.
Come on.
I feel like the fact they said dry hop, which means they've added hops at least twice, and it'll have like a citrus aroma, which kind of brings out the hops. The hoppy flavor.
We'll find out.
We're about to find out.
Here's the thing. I've never liked IPAs. I've never liked pale ales. I like a regular ale, but pale ale has never been my... Oh, God. That smells like...
that smells like you're leaving it here.
You know what? I wish I would have looked up the
IBUs?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I was like, cool can, local beer...
No, the can is dope as shit.
And it is.
I'd be a liar if I said that, 80% of my beer choices weren't derived from what the advertising looked like. Yeah.
There was another one I was going to look at from, one of them was Central State, and the other one, I think they had a cool one from Hop River.
Oh, Hop River does have some cool cans.
I should have brought the Hop River too.
Who's the coolest can? Like, who makes the coolest can that you've ever seen?
It's still the ones from Against the Grain.
Agreed. It's either Against the Grain or Three Floyds.
True, but I think those there's some mixing of whoever does those. I thought we learned that the artists move from one place to another, and they're in the same tree.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the arts are very similar.
Right.
So
I feel like the Against the Grain is more simplified than the epic pieces of artwork that Three Floyds decides to put on the front of their beer bottles.
So what did we say I'm getting into again?
Trouble.
You made it sound bad.
That's what you're getting into. You're getting into trouble. I'm looking for an alcohol content though.
I didn't see one. I probably wish I looked it up before I put my phone up there, but I don't see it anywhere. Secretary of Sud, you saw that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. No, we'll have to get back to you on that one. Actually, you know what we'll do, man, is we'll just we will have some dead air while we're looking at beer cans. Like,
hey, what does it mean when it's unfiltered?
Unfiltered?
Does that make it more hoppy?
Yeah, I would say.
If I'm correct, that makes it more hoppy.
A little bit more.
So yeah, I'm probably in deep.
Yeah, we'll have to get back to you on the alcohol content of this because we didn't do our research. It was such a secret.
It was.
That Marlon wouldn't let me even have a sneak peek at
Nope.
it. So, without further ado, man.
But you know what? I love the color. Love this. Actually, you can smell the citrus.
It's not that bad. As far as hops go?
At all.
No, it's very docile.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's citrusy though. Very, very, very citrusy. You can taste. You can definitely taste the lemon. Probably orange, obviously. That's not too bad.
Yeah, I
thought it was going to be disgusting.
I'm
when
truly
you
shocked.
To smell this, you can smell the smell is very, very hoppy.
Pungent. Yeah.
Very, and it said it was, but this is very tame. But cool can though.
They get a hop master to fart in each can before they.
No, that's
It is. It smells hoppy as hell.
It does.
But the taste is very. I don't want to say docile. It's got a lot of flavor to it. But
you're,
as far
you're
as
thinking based on the smell, you think it'd be like
I'm thinking based on the
very
hops.
very bitter.
Yeah, I'd be really curious to know what kind of hops they used in this.
Or the like we were looking for the IBU.
Uh-huh.
If I had to guess the IBU, my limit was 30. I would guess this to be around 60 to 70.
I could agree with that. I feel like we should verify that.
That would be a guess.
If you go to YouTube, you'll be able to watch this beer review probably this weekend. We will have. I'll put more information in the tagline.
I'll get it.
As far as the description, and we'll start throwing the ABV, the IBUs, and basically what kind of beer it is. I feel like I don't want to tell you what kind of beer it is because I want you to actually watch the video for 5 minutes. But we'll tell you.
I'll actually finish that.
Yes, it's good.
Yeah,
it's 100% good, man.
Well, I think we just screwed up our gladiator fashion.
No, we didn't because I'm really curious to know, like.
There's no way we're gonna thumbs down this thing.
No, but we will rate it.
Okay.
We will rate
Definitely.
it. So, in true gladiator fashion, as we always do about this time, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, Michigan City, man. You guys make a good beer. I'd definitely be interested in getting up there and checking out this brewery.
Yeah.
So, what would you give it on a
Scales 5, right?
Yep, scales to 5.
Because it's not super delicious. It's still out of my wheelhouse, which my wheelhouse is
Slightly out
4
of
or
your
5.
wheelhouse,
Yeah.
though.
So it's gonna be somewhere below the 4 range. I'm gonna give it a. I'm debating, so I'm gonna give 3.4.
Yeah, it was 3.4. Hold on.
But I have to admit, I mean, it's not nasty. It would have been a little bit higher, maybe just for the aftertaste too.
I'm gonna agree with that. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. 1, because I like APAs. I don't mind them.
Yeah.
2, because of the smell. The smell is what really got me to want to taste this beer.
Yep.
The disappointment in this beer, and it's gonna be contradictory. I know it's an APA. You now know it's an APA, but the disappointment in this beer is that it wasn't more hoppy. I think that when you are taking citrus and you are blending it or brewing it with any kind of hopped beer like that, that the citrus undertones need to be more detailed. Let's say that, right? I feel like this one falls kind of flat because there's nothing exciting in the taste that's in the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
It's an APA. You know it's an APA. It's exactly what you expected as far as APAs go, right?
Yeah.
So there's nothing that excites you. And then there's also nothing that excites you in the finish.
Wow, that's true.
You know, if you're gonna say that this is dry hopped and it's got citrus undertones, whether it be lemon or whether it be orange, if you're gonna have a weak start, then have a strong finish. And if you're gonna have a strong start as far as hops go, then the finish will take care of itself.
Yeah.
You know, this reminds me of like Super Awesome Cherry Blossom, where it had cherry in the forefront, and it wasn't overbearing, but there was a lot of cherry in there.
Yep.
And then you had that like smooth kind of dissipating whiskey finish.
Yep.
Right? This one, and if you don't mind, taste it again. And tell me it just doesn't flatline all the way through.
Well, that's what I was saying about the aftertaste. Because there's nothing there.
Yeah.
You know, it's not to say that there's no aftertaste, but there's very little, which sometimes you want to have that. Let's say you're trying to pair it with some food. You want to have that pairing to kind of marry some of the flavors with your food along with the beer.
Right.
And I don't know if you can do that with this. Like you said, it's almost like eating chicken with no seasoning.
I wouldn't say it's that terrible. I wouldn't say it's that bad. I don't know that anything is that bad. But I 100% understand what you're saying. Like, if you were going to pair it, what would you pair it with? anything or nothing.
I can't think of anything.
You know,
maybe just a salad.
There's nothing that distinctly requires the flavor of this beer.
Yeah.
And like I said, it just kind of flatlines all the way through. So there's nothing. There's no peak.
Yep.
You know, it's I'll say it, it's a dead beer.
But here's the thing. What I was waffling between was like, it's a local beer. I want to hype them up a little bit, but then my flavors. So I was going to go in between. I almost at a 3.5.
Oh,
but nice. I was like 3.4, 3.6, 3.4. It leaned toward the 3.4. Now I hate to say it can go lower, but
yeah.
Now the more we're talking about it, we're just taking it down.
Yeah, and quite honestly, that's how I felt as well. 3.5, I feel.
It's a little high.
Is being generous
yeah.
with this beer.
Yeah.
Not because I didn't like it, not because it's not drinkable, but because there's nothing that is distinct about it. If we're being Gordon Ramsay right now.
Oh, we threw it out.
Yeah, what is this shite? You know?
Yeah.
But like there's nothing that is distinctive about it. Here's the positive thing that I will say about this beer. If it's summer and it's hot out, and this beer is cold, this is a very drinkable beer. You could drink like 2, 3, maybe even 4 of these.
You can drink that whole 4-pack.
Yeah, you could drink a few of these and you would be all right.
And it's overpriced.
But as far as like looking for something that sets this beer apart from the rest,
I never thought about that factor.
I don't really think that there's anything. I think that
takes it closer to a 3 than anything, right?
Yeah, I think I've had better. I don't want to say that because this was your choice for beer.
Well, it was a spur of the moment.
Yeah, certainly. But I mean, wouldn't you agree? You've had better beer in the last month than this.
Yeah.
So,
well, here's the thing. Like I said, I usually don't go for pale ales.
Right.
I'm a regular ale and lager, more toward the lager side. So I'm a lager guy. But anytime you go to a pale ale, I'm usually bailing out.
See, and I feel like the reason why you bail out is because a lot of the pale ales that we have more of a distinctive flavor than what is presented right here.
That's what you call it.
It's distinctive. I didn't say it was positive or negative. I simply said it was distinctive.
Okay. But it's distinctive as in, like, the smell of it. The smell is pungent, right? So when you smell it, yeah, you get to like, oh my god, there's so many. It's got to be.
Yeah, I expected you to hate it just based on smell alone.
Yeah, so that's how the normal IPAs are for me, my nose and my palate.
Right.
So yeah, this is deceiving.
Yeah. So hey, that's why we'll give it a 3.5. It's got a deceptive factor. You can drink it. You can drink probably a few of them if it's hot outside and this is ice cold. However, for my particular palate, in my wheelhouse, as Mr. Classic Matterhorn likes to say, it just didn't really do anything for it. It didn't grab me by.
That's a good point.
By the short and curlies. So
very good point.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give it a 3.5 as well.
Yeah. I'll stand by my 3.4.
So, with that being said, I'm B. Smith.
The Classic Matterhorn sounds
Mr.
so funny.
Mr. Classical Matterhorn?
Just call me Rufus.
Ah, nice. I feel like that's the title of a decent movie. Just call me Rufus.
Just call me Rufus.
Ah, dude. Very nice.
I'll be Rufus from now on.
But you can't say Rufus without saying Matterhorn.
Yeah, you can. Because the missus hates it.
Matterhorn?
She hates Rufus.
Oh, and so it begins. and we'll go ahead and we might tackle some of that shit later. If you're on Facebook, we're just going to keep on rolling. YouTube, we're going to cut you off. We'll be back with another segment here in a second.